What's going on, everybody? Astral Jerry here, and I'm still trying to figure out what happens when we're dreaming. We're being plugged in to these simulations. I know as we fall into a dream, sometimes one thought can lead to another thought that can continuously lead to thought after thought after thought to, manifestation and just creation of an entire dream, one thing after another. But I've discussed before, you ever remember a piece of your dream where you're doing something and then all of a sudden you're somewhere else without any memory of how you got there, and you're in another part of the dream? In between these simulations that you're being plugged into, there's a moment. Most people stay asleep during this time, but I've trained myself to come back to body after an out-of-body experience. So as well, when a dream ends, that out-of-body training I have, that I've taught myself, trained myself to do, carries over into dreams as well, and I maintain a little clarity. So I always return from a dream when a dream is over, just the same as I would an out-of-body experience. So when a dream is over, everything will usually go blank. You'll usually see a vortex by, maybe somebody by, a guide or something, and then another dream can start, another simulation starts. I try to return during that time so I can remember the dream just as well as an out-of-body experience. Had an out-of-body experience last night that I want to share with you. I pushed out of body. I broke free and out into the floor, and I couldn't see, and I couldn't hardly stand up. And I just used all the determination I had to, stand myself up straight. And I called for clarity. I called for sight. And I looked at my hands, and I gained clarity. I gained sight. And I took off towards the window, and I hit it and bounced off. Happens all the time. But I turned around and I backed out, okay, because this always works. You feel slight resistance, but you usually back right on out. There was a guide in the room, okay? So I backed out the window, I hit the ground. I turned around and the guide was behind me calling for me. And I just kind of looked at the guide, and the guide said, "Hey, look, I see something." And I looked up and it was dark outside. And there was just something flying around in the sky, some kind of black-looking creature or something, I don't know. I took off towards the thing, and I took off in the sky. I floated up, and took on off, and I seen the thing, and it just kind of looked at me, and I was just like, oh well, I just went right on past it, right? And I heard the guide still calling for me, like he was trying to catch up to me, And but soon after, the dream imagery started to fade in. In the dream, it was almost like you're watching a movie, Like the dream is just painted over. And I was aware of this. I was still kind of lucid, but the dream imagery was fading in. And I was like, damn. So I looked up, I pulled my hands up to try to counteract that. And I seen my hands come up. And I still seen the dream imagery behind it. And I said, clarity now. I said, give me truth now. Show me the truth. Of course, the dream imagery stayed. I said, well, hell with it. I picked a few keywords out, and, keywords to describe my experience. You want to pick those out before you come back, because I'm telling you, you'll come back and you'll be like, what in the heck happened again? You had an experience, but you can't remember what you did. So you got to pick keywords, and you've got to pick good ones. If you just pick one like, I've used words like a name, or spiritual, or dark, or moon, and then I'll come back and say, moon? What the hell does that mean, You've got to pick something that's got some meaning to it, that really describes it, okay? So, but anyways, I was just doing some thinking. I had that experience, and I wanted to get on, just to update and share with you guys. check out the blog, astralprojectionguides.com. Got a good article up. Defending yourself, I guess psychic self-defense against, you know, evil beings on the astral. If you ever run across this type of thing, you know, I've had several experiences, and I got an article about that. I'll post that under the video. Check it out.